Guys, então, eu lembro de ter visto um post do Micão pelo Twitter um tempo atrás que eu achei muito verdade. Pegar o Wizer, entrevistar ele e perguntar pra ele qual é a fórmula mágica de ser coreano, vir para o Brasil e não piorar cada vez que respira oxigênio, não ficar pior dentro do LoL. E o Mais Esporte, ele foi atrás, mano. Eles foram atrás, olha aí, ó. Entrevistinha saiu há 5 horas com o Wizer. Vamos ver? Peraí, deixa eu botar aqui.
The problem of Portal was more about the adaptation, I think.
Esse vídeo aqui não vai estar em português, então recomendo que você ative ali as legendas nativas do YouTube. É só você clicar ali em CC, ativou as legendas e é isso aí. Valeu!
Fala galera do Mais, eu tô aqui com o Wizer. Hi Wizer.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Let's talk first about the game. You guys win against Vivo Katie. How did you see the game today? You guys were a bit rough in the early game, but you managed to control the game by the mid game. How was for you?
Falar inglês, Puni.
Like we had some our early game plan, but it didn't go well. So our early game was not smooth. We couldn't play as how we wanted to manage. That's why game was a bit rough early game. But after that, somehow like Kaka play well on the like smite fight on the objectives, and we managed to follow the games and we could win. So I'm happy, but we need to improve our play better.
Yeah, Smite game with Ivan.
Yeah,
it's not the easiest champion to win this Smite fight. Yeah. Did you guys were nervous about the 50-50?
No, because the game went so bad for us. So enemy had like 3 drakes and like they were leading the gold net. So that's why we just wanted to flip the baron, because if we do nothing, we might lose the game because of the drake. So that's why we tried, even though we have Ivan and Kaka play well. That's why we managed to win, I think.
Yeah. So Wizer, you are making a marvelous first phase of the tournament. You are playing like really well, and I don't think you like winning a lot of MVPs because Kaka is taking all them home. So, what makes you be a top laner that all the other players must fear in this first part of the tournament?
I think just we are a better team, so I clearly know what I need to do with my champions, and my team knows like what they can make synergy with me, and I study all up for how the champion works. So I try to make a good comp for me to play well on the like team fight or in the game, and I do it.
That's a good reading of the meta.
Yeah, and also like everyone play well as a team. That's why I can do what I want to do in the game. Like I can use Kaka well, or if I pick like scaling pick, I can manage to carry the game at last.
O Wizer é muito bom com piques scaling, né, cara? Gwen,
think about the imports in Brazil, we had like Lava, we had like Hiriti, Parangue, and we got a lot of imports, of Korean imports in Brazil. But somehow the performance of these imports are like not very regular. They like are good in the moment and bad in ones. But you keep improving. You are like constantly making a better game. And what do you think that is the things that make you improving? Like
I think what's happened to the Korean import who you named before, you just named, is they do training in the Korea, right? They play Scream in the Korea, and especially solo rank in Korea. Because solo rank in Korea, they can learn a lot about the lane phase. Because Korea solo queue is
like, the greatest.
Yeah, all the players are really stable on the lane. They play like a pro player. They know the matchup well. They really try hard on lane phase. So you can improve your lane phase. I think that's the biggest part, that their performance get lower when they stay long time in Brazil because of this slow queue system or training system. So what I'm doing is, because I can, of course I get lesser than Korea solo queue in Brazil, of course.
Okay.
Because Korea solo queue I learn more. So I try to use my time for watching more VOD or replays, so I can learn this part. And also I learn about like game knowledge. I can learn in Brazil too. So in Brazil I focus on these things more, and about the lane phase or these small details I try to learn from watching the VOD or watching other competition games. That's why I can be better, I think.
Yeah, this situation you talked about is like a thing that we saw like at least in Bordeaux.
Yeah.
O Wizer é fluente,
They made
guys.
speedrun em Brasil.
Cara, eu gosto muito do Wizer num pacote completo, tá ligado? Eu acho que eu demorei a gostar tanto dele assim, igual... Tipo, eu gostava dele antes, acho que hoje eu admiro muito ele, entendeu? É muito fácil você ser um coreano, vir pra cá e cair no roleplay, cair no role bacon, tá ligado? E não, mano, o fato dele cada vez mais melhorar, enfim, eu acho muito bizarro e gosto muito disso, tá ligado?
So do you think that is more like a cultural problem or like it's a game problem for the solo queue point of view?
Because I have many factors what affects on that part. Not only solo queue, of course, but for me, the problem of Bordeaux was more about the adaptation, I think, because he also, when I heard his communication, their communication was not great, right? He's not like fluent in English, so I think that was a big problem for them, and for me it was adaptation. His case was adaptation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we talk about pain gaming today, you are not more an import. You are a Brazilian resident. How was for you to make this move? You are like the permanent in Brazil right now. So from the game point of view.
Yeah, you are asking why I decided to do that, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm proud of myself that I'm playing in this Brazil League 2.
Olha.
And also, when we are like finding a player display, for example, if I'm resident player, we can get one more import, right?
Yeah.
So that's the like one of the main reason that I choose to be a resident, and also like I want it to be too. Like I don't care, like because I don't mind that I keep playing Brazil. That's what I want to, so that's why I did it.
Yeah, we are glad that we're having you for one more time here in Brazil.
A verdade é que, tipo, acho que mesmo o Wizer querendo voltar para a Coreia e performar lá, eu não sei se ele teria tantas oportunidades e tal, assim, tá ligado? Nossa, mano, vi agora que eu deixei meu prato de comida aqui. Deixa eu botar ele pra cá pra não sair mais dos vídeos, né? Deixa eu ver. Fui pego no pulo do gato, cara. Tipo... Ele é casado com uma menina daqui, tá ligado? Então, mano, eu acho que ele vai terminar a carreira dele aqui, mano. Conosco, tá ligado? Se ele voltar para a Coreia, por ele ter passado muito tempo no Brasil, embora ele tenha tido êxito, né, quando passou aqui, eu não sei como estaria as oportunidades para ele lá, tá ligado?
You guys the Koreans are more than 50% of pain gaming scene right now.
Yeah.
You, Romer, Curry, Zero on the backstage. So, did you guys feel more comfortable with more people from Korea in the team?
I mean, for me, I'm really comfortable with Brazilian players too, and Brazilian coach. I have like zero problem. So for me, same. But of course, for the Korean Romer, of course, they feel more comfortable because
eles não falam inglês muito bem.
Have the other Koreans who help them how to do it, how to live well in Brazil.
So,
in game too, they can like, when they don't know something, they can ask me the translations, for example. So of course for them it's more comfortable.
Titan talked about so that Curry had a step up, like Romer and you guys have more Koreans on the team. Helped Curry to make an improvement on his game.
Also, I think Curry is feeling more comfortable to play because like have more Koreans, of course, he feel more comfortable. And also I think Curry he changed it by himself for me. I think he get more responsibilities. And he's like trying harder. He's just playing better. And he's trying harder. That's why he's playing better.
My last question is about Dinkedo's retirement. He was very vocal on the team, and I talked with Sarkis, and he said that Pen Games is learning to adapt without him, which is completely normal. How do you see the team going in the next phase of the tournament? So how do you think that you guys are going to adapt in the new phase of the tournament?
I mean, because
O cara pegou ele agora, hein?
that I just say our like Curry, his performance is getting better, right? Like especially he's trying to talk more with Carioca, and they try to make a macro together. That's why our team is more organized and playing well nowadays. So even like Jinkedo was calling many things in the game than the roamer, but now Korean Carioca is trying to handle the game, so it's gonna be well, I think, on the playoffs. Like I don't have any like doubt about our playstyle, or I don't have any fear. I'm just confident.
Ele pensou muito antes de dar essa resposta, hein?
Well, thank you, Wizer, for your time.
Ele deixa o like, eu deixei já. Ele pensou muito, hein, guys, nessa resposta aí. Pensou muito, né? E deu uma boa resposta, cara. Deu uma boa resposta.